Doc South here, and yeah, let's see. I think sometime in the next few days, I've got to take the Doc South party van into over to motor vehicles and have it go through the inspection routine. And I think honestly, I think we're going to go through. I'm pretty sure that car's going to make it. Got good tires, the brakes are working. There was a rumbling in the engine compartment, but that seems to have gone away. Watch it act up the second I pull into the into the inspection station. You watch, but all of a sudden the car's running relatively quiet, running like a champ. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I can do is take it to inspection. If it acts up, they'll tell me. Beat me senseless, and then no, they don't do that anymore. They used to, I think, back in the 50s. I remember in the 60s, I'm sorry, the 60s, I'd take one of my old jalopies into for inspection, and oh, they'd see me coming. Oh, are you here again with that piece of car of yours? Oh my gosh. Listen, kid, I hope you did something this time to it so it'll get through here. Get in line. Shut up. Yeah, and I'd go through line, and sure as heck, somewhere in the middle, the muffler would fall off, and there'd be this roar of thunder, and next thing you know, they're booting my fanny out onto the street. Don't come back till it's fixed. So I fix it. I bring it back, and it breaks again. And if it isn't the muffler this time, maybe it's the brakes. I know one time the guy did went to do the brakes, the inspector. Yeah, I think they used to go on to like a pad, and if the and somehow the pad would measure how your car stopped. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It's again, I often blacked out in the motor vehicle inspection station many a time, but if I recall right, that's yeah, there was this, and it would yeah. Well, in this case, the brakes didn't work, and the guy rolled out of the exit to the inspection center and out into the highway. hmm Yeah, before it stopped, he was pretty sore. Uh, I that was years ago. Hopefully, he's not at this inspection. No, that fellow'd be about 110 by now. Poor guy. And oh, they love seeing me coming. These old darn $25 cars I'd have. Well, no, you could actually. I think my father bought a car for me once. I think it was $50. It was $50. It was sometime in the '60s, and I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it was a '58 Ford. Yeah, and I drove that for actually for about a year, but inspecting it was always ooh, death on wheels. But you could it had a stick shift, so you could slow down. Didn't have to worry too much about your brakes, and it was always they always knew where I was in town because there'd be this big cloud of black smoke, a trail, and an oil slick, yeah, on the highway. It was yeah, it was, and it was if you were a teenager, that's what you drove. No sense driving a really good car till you got the knack of it. And of course, yeah, there were dents all over the fender and headlights that didn't necessarily always work too well. Um, that kind of thing. A horn was that? I think the horn eventually had to cut the wires because it wouldn't stop. Yeah, hmm but it was. In fact, I think I remember the guy getting into the car. He wanted to check the horn. And I told him, what you have to do is you have to touch the two wires together. He says, you're kidding. And of course, I had to go back to the garage and get someone to fix that problem. It was, mm, it, I honestly, I would imagine, I'd love to see the data on this, but I would think the inspectors back in those days, they probably had a life expectancy of about 40 years. I don't see how they could go much longer. Try, trying to, I pray they did. I mean, they didn't deserve to die. They were, they were doing the best they could. But, oh, and nothing was worse than if it was a big parade of teenagers coming in with their first car. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And, mm, uh, but you get right down to it. When the car passed, you felt pretty darn good. Of course, by the time you got the car to pass, you pretty much were ready to get another car. Yeah, because the other one had it by then. You just all it had when you bought it was maybe another 2,000 miles, and it was just going to be rust. Ah, yes, yes. Oh, those were the days. Yes. Anyway, I thought again, my hat's off. My heart goes out to the inspectors. They do the best they can, and bless their hearts. And they got to yell at you. I mean, if you hold that in, you could get ulcers and angina and all that stuff, heart trouble. No, no. Better if they're going to yell, let them yell. Yeah, it does them some good. It's not going to hurt you. They don't go, they don't grab a doggone belt and start, slapping you over the head with it. They just yell and give you your slip saying you failed, and, and come back in within 2 weeks, and then you bring it back within 2 weeks. They give you another slip for another 2 weeks. After a while, you get to be on a first name basis. And yeah, let's see. Well, so anyway, yeah, my nickname at the inspection station was "Hey, you dummy." Yeah. Uh-huh. Or was it stupid? I can't. But again, I deserved every. Yeah, I certainly deserved it. Uh, but it was nice to be out on the highway. Yeah, with a big cloud of kind of black green smoke coming out of the muffler. No, not out of the tailpipe, out of the muffler. Right. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you later. Thank heaven I've got a much better car now, and I got a hunch. My prospects are good. I think I'm going to get through inspection. I think it's going to happen. There's one or two things. I think there's a light bulb we need, but that we'll go down to the dealership, get that put in, and then I think everything will be okay. I think it will. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But I think we'll make it this time. Okay. God bless America. Thank you, friends. Let's see you later.